In the blink of an eye, the man took the thug's knife away. Kongu was instantly dumbfounded.
Get out.
The fat guy behind him refused to accept it. The next second, the window suddenly burst and the fat guy lay motionless on the floor. Taeshik was originally a top agent. He witnessed with his own eyes his pregnant wife being retaliated against by enemies, dying tragically right in front of him. Taeshik, who lost his beloved, was extremely painful. From then on, he went into hiding and lived an ordinary life because he never spoke. The neighbors were all very afraid of him. But Lisa, the girl next door, was an exception. She often followed him chattering non-stop and even mooched meals at his home. Lisa's mother was a prostitute and also a drug addict. One day when Lisa came home, she found her mother being held by a man. It turned out that her mother had stolen their goods. They threatened Lisa's life, and the woman then told everything. She pawned a bag at a pawn shop, and the stolen goods were hidden in it. The pawn shop happened to be run by Taeshik. When he got home, he found two thugs waiting for him. Kongu took out a knife, asking him to hand over the goods. Taeshik thought they were robbers, so he took out his wallet.
Oh wow. This takes me back to the Great Recess.
Then came the scene at the beginning. The noise alerted Hu Cheol, the boss downstairs. He immediately sent Yeol Nam to check. Yeol Nam threw a mobile phone to Taeshik. Hu Cheol told him to hand over the bag that the woman pawned, but Taeshik didn't indulge him. He told him to come and get it himself if he had the ability. This made Hu Cheol laugh in anger. Then he grabbed Lisa, who was beside him. Hearing Lisa's cry for help, Taeshik panicked immediately. It turned out that Hu Cheol had kidnapped both of them. He quickly found the package and handed it to Yeol Nam. The stuff was indeed inside. After getting what he wanted, Yeol Nam put down his phone and then turned to leave. Taeshik came to his senses and immediately chased out, but it was still too late. He could only watch Lisa being taken away helplessly. The next day, Taeshik received a call. Hu Cheol asked him to help deliver a batch of goods. He would release Lisa after it was done. For Lisa's safety, he had to do as told. He picked up the package at the subway station according to the instructions, and then drove to the trading place. However, all this was a conspiracy. As soon as he handed over the goods to the consignee, a large number of police arrived outside the door. It was Hu Su, Hu Cheol's brother, who called the police, and the consignee was their mortal enemy. This way, not only could they frame Taeshik, but also get rid of their competitors. The consignee flew into a rage on the spot, and asked his men to teach Taeshik a severe lesson. Then he threw him down from the upstairs. Fortunately, there was a large net below that saved his life. On the other hand, the younger brothers stopped the arriving police. The consignee took the opportunity to drive away. Taeshik cut the large net with a knife, and drove after him closely. As a result, the two cars collided. Taeshik climbed out of the car. When he saw the open trunk, he froze in place. This was a case that shocked Korea. In the trunk of a car lay the body of a woman. All the organs that could be sold had been taken from her. The woman was Lisa's mother. It turned out the Hu Cheol brothers not only sold flour, but also dealt in organ trafficking. At this moment Lisa was still in their hands, and Taeshik, as a suspect, was taken back to the station. Facing the police interrogation, he said nothing. All he thought about now was saving Lisa. During mealtime the police removed his handcuffs. When the chief came back, he saw only his colleague lying on the ground. Checking the cameras, he found that Taeshik had fought his way through every cop from the interrogation room, and walked out the front door in just 4 minutes. They soon uncovered Taeshik's identity. That's when they realized he was a top agent. Meanwhile, Taeshik found Hu Cheol's underlings, but they didn't take him seriously, so they got beaten badly. After that, they all behaved. A small boss pulled out a business card and gave it to him. On it was the address of a bar they frequented. Taeshik followed the location there. In the elevator he even ran into Hu Su, but Taeshik didn't recognize him. Hu Su called his brother Hu Cheol, using a code to warn him to run. When Taeshik entered, he only saw Kongu from before. Kongu nervously pulled a knife, but the next second stabbed it into his own shoulder. Taeshik forced him to reveal Lisa's whereabouts. Terrified, Kongu had no choice but to lead him to Hu Cheol, but they ran into Rainam, who had just arrived. Rainam walked into the restroom. Taeshik suddenly jumped out and knocked the gun from his hand. Then the two began close combat. Both wanted the other dead. They fought with full force. During the fight, Rainam grabbed the gun. Taeshik was unfortunately shot. Rainam took the chance to escape. Taeshik immediately gave chase, but as he rushed out, he ran right into the Hu Cheol brothers who were about to leave. Even though he chased with all his strength, because of the wound, he soon ran out of energy. Taeshik found an old comrade. With his help the bullet was removed. The next day Taeshik shaved his long hair, revealing his handsome face again. He put on a suit, took his weapons, and geared up. This time he was determined to rescue Lisa. Following the lead from his comrade, he went to Hu Cheol's flour factory. The workers there were all kidnapped children, and Hu Cheol was there too, but Taeshik didn't alert him. He kept searching for Lisa. In the next room a man was about to harm a child. Tae-sik couldn't bear it and shot him dead. Just as Hoo-chul and his men came to check, a gunshot rang out from the dark. One henchman was killed on the spot. Then another shot hit Hoo-chul in the leg. At that moment Tae-sik appeared. He stepped over Hoo-chul's head, then tied him to a chair. He called his brother, telling him to hand over Lisa, or he'd kill his little brother.
분명히 안 쉬운 말로 데리고 와.
To save Lisa, Tae-sik kidnapped Hoo-chul. He told Hoo-soo to trade Lisa for his brother. Hoo-soo agreed right away, but then turned and ordered Lisa killed. And Tae-sik never planned to let the brother go. He set up a time trap with a bag of flour and an oil lamp, then cut the gas pipe and opened the valve. Hoo-chul kept begging for mercy, but Tae-sik ignored him. As the flour bag slowly emptied, the oil lamp dropped to the ground. Tae-sik called the police, telling them to come rescue the children. Then he went alone to Hoo-soo's private club. Even though the enemy was many, Tae-sik showed no fear. Hoo-soo tossed him a bottle, saying Lisa's eyes were inside. That completely enraged Tae-sik. Hoo-soo kept taunting, not knowing his death was near. When the bullets ran out, Tae-sik moved into close combat. Soon he wiped out all the henchmen. Now only the killer Rhinam was left. Tae-sik stared at him coldly, as if he were already dead. Rhinam dropped his gun, pulled out clawed blades, and ready for a fair fight. He charged at Tae-sik. The life and death battle began. Every strike aimed at a vital spot, but Tae-sik's skill prevailed. He broke Rhinam's fingers and pinned him against the wall. Then he stabbed several times into his chest. Rhinam died on the spot. Meanwhile, Hoo-soo tried to flee with a henchman. Suddenly the henchman was shot dead. Tae-sik had arrived. Hoo-soo started the car to escape, but Tae-sik shot out a tire. The car spun out and hit the vehicle in front. Watching Tae-sik close and step by step, Hoo-soo hurriedly called the police. He'd rather spend life in prison than die here, but Tae-sik would never give him that chance. He fired at the sunroof, but it was bulletproof glass. That made Hoo-soo arrogant again. Tae-sik aimed at the same spot, firing 12 shots in a row. Finally the glass cracked through. The great revenge was finally avenged, but Lisa was dead. All of it had lost its meaning. He reloaded a fresh magazine, raised the gun to his head. Just as he was about to pull the trigger, suddenly a cry of uncle woke him up. It turned out that Lisa was not dead. It was Rhinam, with a trace of conscience left, who saved her life. And those eyes belonged to a doctor. Tae-sik told her not to come close, afraid she'd touch his blood, but Lisa still ran to him without hesitation. Tae-sik's eyes instantly became moist, and the movie ended there.